No thanks. I'm making a video to Gary on that thing. Just so Gary, you've gone way overboard. I don't understand at all why you're so nasty to be serious about things like this. I mean, maybe side things like she's quoting people, but that's just so you could go look at it. She didn't need a video link to one of your videos to say that. Maybe she should have said specifically your name or something, but look how you jumped down her throat. Why should she do that? You certainly don't make it very inviting to do that. And as far as your view being negative utilitarianism in its basic character, that's not controversial. That's just another set of words that describes this idea, um, well put in the very beginning of her video that you pause on, about, yeah, you can, the way Popper puts it there, that you feel compelled to alleviate the suffering if you're just walking by and somebody's drowning. You might, but if somebody's having a good time, is there really a need to, help them? And I think, yeah, there really is a reason in both cases. But yeah, that's just a name for kind of that class of view. I mean, if you were offended by it, it would maybe be because of a specific complaint about the way Popper puts it. Now, the only part that really might be unfair is this implication that this anti-utilitarianism view argues for some kind of general euthanasia. That could be an insult and a characterization, saying that that follows from the other. But you yourself believe that. You believe that, for example, we should all just not reproduce. You have said that, which is a social euthanasia, painless. I agree, you want it to be painless. But that's what euthanasia is. The point is it's the cessation of continued life. So that's social. And also on an individual level, you've said if a mass death with no suffering, alleviating all future suffering, could be viewed as a non-negative or even positive thing. And if that's not the case, please clarify, because I don't remember a video where you said that, but you in conversation in Stickham have seemed to say that kind of thing to me. And I know you've definitely gone in this direction that where the logical conclusion of the objective value of suffering, or disvalue, the negative, objective negative value of suffering, because there is no way to get ahead of the game, so the game has to stop. And that's all she's going into. She's actually illustrating the academic arguments that support your side of things. Now, she doesn't agree with those arguments, so of course she talks about her own views on that. But other than that, she could be interpreted just as giving you supporting evidence. She hasn't mischaracterized you. You really do have a view that could be called negative utilitarianism, but it doesn't have to be. You could describe it the way you have. And I would not have been talking to you about it in such detail if you had come on and said, I'm a big Popper fan of this era of Popper, and here's what I think. That would not have been interesting to me. But the fact that it is actually your idea makes it more interesting. And the fact that it actually has been thought through with various, slightly different perspectives from your own. For example, I think you think it through as a cynic, and Popper more of a positivist. Not literally applying those, but just, I don't think Popper did it as a cynic. So, safer way to put that. So, I don't see what the problem is with illustrating that relation to the argument, or why you're so offended. I mean, these are ideas that you have, she's identified an intellectual, uh, co-traveler of yours, or at least in a particular part of his career, in a particular kind of interpretation, is co-traveling with you. So what's the problem? Why? I don't even understand how you think that's a negative characterization of you, other than her disagreeing with it and making it an academic style argument. I don't see how anything she said isn't a factor in the way you view those things. Where's the super negative part? Yeah, there's a slightly negative thing when you say that euthanasia is is the solution for suffering in general. But that's not one attributed to you. You sort of do believe that, especially so long as we realize that you don't want there to be suffering during it. And you probably acknowledge that since maybe there is always suffering involved with that, that it might not be practical. But in principle, it's still there. So what possible thing was attributed to you that you would react as though it's such a terrible mischaracterization? It seems like a fair fit, and it doesn't make your view look any worse. Um, as far as I can see, if anything, it gives academic support for those that want such support um, for your view.